Danny Blanchflower was the second man to win the award on more than one occasion after Sir Tom Finney. What was it about Blanchflower that made him such a fantastic player?
Well, he's not only a fantastic player, he's a fantastic man. He was the most creative and authoritative football you'll ever see. But off the pitch, he was the most eloquent Irishman, which is saying something, that ever came out of the green Emerald Island. And he not only captained that great Tottenham team of 60-61, was the first in the 20th century to win the League Championship and the FA Cup. But in 1958, when he first won the Footballer of the Year award, he captained the Northern Ireland team that reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And he was a poet on the pitch and he was a poet off the pitch. And he was the man who made both Northern Ireland and the Tottenham teams tick with his beautifully creative play, and also with his command of words. He would tell players where to be, where to go. He actually captained on the pitch. He didn't just toss up the coin. He took decisions and often made tactical changes in the heat of battle. He was the man was a genius.
What type of player was he on the pitch? You say he was creative, but could you expand and just tell us a little bit about him actually on the pitch playing?
Well, number one, he couldn't tackle at all. He used to play like a sheepdog. He would corral them, and then a Dave Mackay with his shuddering tackles would do the actual hard physical stuff. But Danny was a positional player, and but as a creative going forward player, he was the man who gave shape and pattern to the team particularly with his right foot passing. He had a magical control of the ball with his right foot, and he could find a player 40 yards away with beautiful crossfield passes. And in the Tottenham team of the early 60s, there was a midfield trio of Danny Blanchflower, John White and Dave Mackay, and they remain the best midfield trio I've ever seen in more than 70 years of watching football. And if they were around today, money couldn't buy them. They were that good.
So you talk about money there, and Spurs paid £30,000 for Blanchflower's transfer from Aston Villa, which was a huge amount at the time. What was it about Blanchflower that Tottenham admired so much?
Well, the man who made that decision to spend what was considered an astronomical amount of money on Danny was Arthur Rowe. Now, he was the architect of the famous push and run Spurs team who had won the League Championship in 1950-51. And he saw in Danny the man who could put that same sort of pattern into the current Tottenham team. Unfortunately, he had a nervous breakdown soon after signing Danny, and a gentleman called Jimmy Anderson took over. He and Danny just couldn't get on because Danny had such strong opinions. Jimmy Anderson thought he was trying to manage the team, and so he dropped Danny Blanchflower. Danny was on the transfer list when a gentleman called Bill Nicholson took over as a manager. He had been coach, and he knew the skill that Danny had, and he made Danny his captain. And it was from then on, and we're talking 1959, it was from then on that Danny became the master of White Hart Lane. He virtually controlled the club because he was so eloquent off the pitch that he could talk directors into doing what he wanted them to do, and on the pitch he was so eloquent he could talk the players into doing what he wanted them to do. I mean, the man was a walking, talking genius.
So Danny Blanchflower, of course, led Spurs to the 61 double, but also they retained the FA Cup in 1962 against Burnley as well.
Yes, but Burnley were the league champions in '59, an exceptional side in those days. And their main architect was an Irishman called Jimmy McElroy, who just happened to be Danny Blanchflower's, not only his best man at his wedding, or one of his weddings, but they were also very close as footballing teammates. And during the game against Burnley, Tottenham were awarded a penalty. Danny was the master penalty taker. I don't think he ever missed from the spot. And as he placed the ball on the spot to take the penalty against Burnley, Jimmy McElroy sidles up towards him and said, "Hey, Danny, bet you miss." Danny didn't say anything. He knew this was gameship, put the ball on the spot, slid the ball into far corner of the net. Tottenham 3, Burnley 1. And as he's running back from the penalty spot past Jimmy McElroy, he said outside of his mouth, "Bet I don't."